Hello. Hearing you both speak at the beginning, describe your days, I was really struck by the sheer variety that CEOs, directors have to undertake, be it writing copies, be it writing copy or meeting donors, etc. So what would you advise a young person in the arts to really kind of focus their career on? Is there an area in the industry that equips you better with the skills needed for leadership? So Alex, you, for example, have a finance and business background, whereas Nicholas Sarota, say, has a curatorial background. Or is it just how you use the opportunities?
I think there are different ways in. I mean, Nick, he's got a curatorial background, but he's got one of the sharpest business brains on the planet. And I may be a 10-month dropout accountant, whatever that qualifies you for. But there's a deep wellspring of passion and enthusiasm for artists and what they can do for the world. So, and I think it helps. I do think it helps actually if you're working in a content business of any kind, and all of our enterprises are emphatically content driven. That to have some direct connection with that, that as well as just a sort of consuming interest as a consumer that you can draw on. I think that's important. But I think there are all sorts of ways through. And if you just looking at a straw poll of senior museum leaders, you've got Ian Blatchford at the Science Museum. He's not a science PhD.
He was the CEO of the V&A.
Yeah, exactly. And before that, he worked at the Roth Academy, and before that, he worked at an advertising agency. So, there are lots and lots of ways through.
I mean, what I recommend, I'm not good in advising, but if you want to impress me, for example, I think you don't impress me after a lot of years receiving CVs more or less every day. It says, I'm 24, I worked on 5 different biennales from Auckland to Anchorage, and my name is Hans-Ulrich Obersner. But what I mean is, like, there's something like a prototype of a CV today, and I think that's not very impressive, to be honest. It's difficult for you, I understand that completely. You impress me more in being a lawyer, but you always wanted to work in a museum. Or one of my, colleague was really smart, very smart guy. He was a Catholic priest. Met that girl in Brazil. I think he was a very good priest, honestly, but he had to do something different. And he was an amazing museumsman, always kind of on a mission. But what I mean is, a museum's job, it's probably like in the media, a museum's job is not something you learn as a museum's job. You could be something, like Alex said, you just walk down the road and found that sign. You have to have a passion for something. You have to have a passion. It's a contradiction in itself. But something that you really like. And if you want to transform or translate it in the museum's world, brilliant. But there's not something like a given career into that museum, or probably it's different in the overall, I don't know. At least in your case, you have to have a certain kind of background.
Alex, I just want to put that to you as well. Mine talked about what impresses him, what impresses you in kind of, young arts professionals, and is it that passion and dedication?
Yeah, passion, dedication, the ability to communicate. I think it's hugely important. I do sometimes like there's sort of quirky things on a CV. I think that's, but it's not a formula, it really isn't. And I think of amazing people that I've been lucky enough to work with who've actually got quite conventional linear CVs, and some equally extraordinary people that have got multi-dimensional ones.
What I think is impressive and also very important for the future is language skills.
Yes.
That's one of the reasons why I was very impressed by Russian colleagues. Speak 3, 4, 5 languages just like that. I had it quite often that I come in a meeting in Russia and they say, "Martin, do you speak Russian?" And I say, "Sorry, I don't speak Russian." What do you speak? French, Italian, English? "Oh, let's speak German," and then everybody speaks German. So, it's this kind of open to the world.
I think if I'm being a little bit more precise, I do look for the ability to get what someone thinks is important about themselves across pithily, in a way that isn't ego-driven and that has something different, isn't an identikit CV bit. So I think communication skills written are hugely important, because so much of how we deal with life now is about pithy written communication. Twitter we talked about, but all sorts of other means. And the ability to build a relationship and in order to do that, you have to be able to present yourself in a way that is true verbally. That's hugely important. And then the other is, I think to succeed you have to, awful cliche, go the extra mile, but to have done a wide range of things and have a cultural hinterland to draw on. So they're looking for people who are in and of themselves interesting. I think that is important, but there are many ways.